good day, puck people. Let's get to it. Sabres taking on the Anaheim Ducks. This would have been the Ducks' inaugural season. There's Alexander Mogilny. Does a little dipsy-doo. Whoa. Ooh, nice save. Going to get his own reap, and he gets drilled. Sabres still have it, though. Look out here. Nice pass. Intercepted, though. You could scarcely name much of this Anaheim roster. Guy is in net. Other than that, Stu Grimson. As you can imagine, an expansion team back in the 90s. No big names on the team. Expansions back then were dreadful. The rules were massively modified for the more recent expansion drafts, the Golden Knights and the Kraken. Back then, when you were an expansion team, those 90s expansion teams, the Sharks, the Panthers, the Lightning, certainly the Ducks, the Senators, they were dreadful. Just dreadful. I believe that Ottawa team, first or second year of Ottawa, they may still hold the record as the worst team in the modern league anyways. So I'm not going to know a lot of these Duck numbers, but we'll do what we can. Here comes the Buffalo. Man in front, scores! That's Dale Howard Chuck with the goal. Give the assist to Donald Audette. And I think it was Grant Ledyard. Still that checking line out there. So I swapped in both Brad May and Rob Ray because I wanted some heavy hitters on this line. They ain't going to be doing much scoring this checking line. These are just the sheriffs. Ooh, no penalty called for interference there. 7:10 to play here in the first period. Guy with the save. Let's go with our second line. Our goal-scoring line. Big slapper there. No rebound by Guy. Although being so horrible, of course, the Ducks would get Paul Kariya, I believe, in the 93 draft, if I'm not mistaken. Paul Kariya, Hall of Fame talent. Never got his name on a Stanley Cup. That's a shame. Paul Kariya, I think, is an even better hockey player than most people, than the hockey world even gives him credit for. His career hampered by a lot of injuries, concussions. But man, one of the best slappers I've ever seen. Here comes Mogilny. Mogilny! Gets a little bit of hold there, maybe. Whoop. Of course, Pat LaFontaine was on these Sabres teams. Another spectacular career cut short because of concussions. 5:08 to go in the first. 1-0 Buffalo. In my last video, the Canucks and the Rangers game, I had noted how the Canucks at one time had both Bure and Mogilny, and that they were eventually both traded. So Bure was traded in '99. I guess there's some contract problems there. It wasn't just one-sided. The Canucks weren't just like, let's get rid of this great player. Bure got to the point where he wanted out of town. That's going to be a penalty on the Ducks. Anyway, he's traded to the Panthers in a 7-player deal, and really the only thing of long-term value that the Canucks got out of it was Ed Jovanovski, who was, one of the top defensemen of his day. And then they would end up trading Mogilny just over a year later. Probably would have been at the 2000 trade deadline, actually. And another case where he was traded to the Devils. And if you go and you look at that trade, you go, who did the Canucks really get for him? The names were so uninspiring. I just looked it up last night. I can't even remember who they traded for him. That's how those big trades go sometimes. I mean, you're loading up on prospects and picks at times, but, you're also looking to get back some sort of name recognition. Here come the Sabres! Ooh, nice save there by Guy. Now, you're probably thinking Hasek's in net in this game, and he is, but only because I inserted him in net. The Sabres starter at the time was Grant Fuhrer. Grant Fuhrer, he bounced around the league quite a bit after his days in Edmonton. But I put Hasek in just for the hell of it. He is not statistically as good as Fuhrer in this game, so I was taking a little bit of a chance there, but I thought might make things a little more interesting against this sad sack expansion Ducks franchise. See if we get something going here. This fourth line, they're not an offensive juggernaut. Moving the puck pretty well, though. All right, enough playing. $1:28 to go here in the first. Let's get that top line out there. Mogilny, LaFontaine. They win the faceoff. And there is Mr. LaFontaine right now. Pat LaFontaine. He goes behind the net. He reverses the flow. He looks for a friend. He found one. Mogilny save. Mogilny now. He goes around the net. 94 special, perhaps? Ooh. Nope, he gets... Look out! The third member of this line, his last name starts with a K. I can't quite remember him. Not exactly the same quality as his line mates. Save there. Mogilny trying to get him a puck, though. Excuse me. And we got a penalty coming up to the Sabres. Was it roughing, tripping? Tripping call to LaFontaine. Come on, he was a gentleman. So Sabres will go to the penalty kill. 9 seconds to go here in the first. Can these lowly Ducks muster some offense when the second period begins? We're going to find out. 1-0 Buffalo after one. Get to that second period action. I used to love in this game, you could see the updated out-of-town scores from around the league. I've always thought that was fun. Nice little feature. Whoa, look out! Whoop, 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 whoop. So, Sabres on the penalty kill, looking to do some damage, though, perhaps. Big shot from the point, blocked. Oh, another penalty coming up. That's goaltender interference. You can't even mask that one. I will say, those original Ducks jerseys, much like the San Jose Sharks jerseys, amongst the best in hockey history, in my opinion. That purple and teal just popped. Why they ever strayed from that, I suppose, after Disney didn't own the team anymore, and they were no longer known as the Mighty Ducks, that might have been partly what informed that change, but what a mistake. Because those jerseys they introduced, in like 06, 07? Pretty mid, as the kids would say. Pretty mid. I know they've kind of tweaked it a bit. They've got some orange in there now. They do use the Wild Wing logo again at times. But come on, get back to the. I know they still use them like for alternates or reverse retro night and stuff like that. But how you gonna? Your best jersey should be your primary jersey, in my opinion. Nothing much going on this Anaheim power play. 7:42 here to go in the second period. Sabres effectively killing this off so far. Even had a few of their own chances. Oh. Couldn't field that one cleanly. And they score! Anaheim it's Terry Yake. Just after the penalty expires, they tie the game at 1. Don't mind me just sipping on some tea. Not a coffee drinker, but I'll drink me some tea. Sabres now are incensed that they've given up a goal to this lowly squad. Will they get it back? Coach says, get out there, stop embarrassing yourselves on home ice, put these bums away. Hit the post! Big rebound, a save by Guy-Bear! Oh, he stood on his head there. Sabres trying to answer the call of the coach. Save again, Guy-Bear! He's determined. Oh, come on, that's interference. He paid for it. He paid for it. Sabres trying to corral the puck, but they got to settle down here. They can't let their emotions get the best of them, or else they're going to find themselves on the losing end of a game to these Anaheim Ducklings. Hasek, you saw his, was it number 89 there? Or was it the 89? I think it was. No, Mogilny's 89. It must have been his classic 39. We'll take another look. All right, offside, 4:50 to go. Halfway through here, the second period here. And we're going to get that top line out there. Come on, these boys are earning the big bucks. LaFontaine, Mogilny, they got to get out there and showcase their talent. Oh, LaFontaine didn't miss by much. Now here comes that third member of the line. To the point, Big Ripper, Guy-Bear with the save. He says, let's keep it rolling, boys. We got them on their toes, sort of. Look out here! Oh my, that was a terrible shot. That was an awful shot. Hasek with it. Yeah, his classic number 39. Vintage blue and yellow Buffalo jersey. Classic. Hasek makes a couple saves. A rebound! Oh my goodness! Anaheim! Steve King with the goal. A giveaway. And it's 2-1 Ducks. Oh my goodness. Disaster is afoot. The Sabres have better pull their heads out of their proverbial derrieres, as the French would say, and get this thing on track. They cannot lose this game. They have it now. Look at it, Mogilny and LaFontaine. They're getting a mouthful on the bench right now. Point shot never got there. Hasek throws it out, and that was a bit risky. Onside, just barely scores! Whoops, sorry about that. A little pause there. Donald Audette from Peter Svoboda and the Dominator with the assist. Okay, so it's back to even. 2-2 with 2:25 to go in the second period. The middle frame that saw the Ducks momentarily take the lead. Look out here, tried to give him the old 94 special. Buffalo, not beyond Mogilny and LaFontaine, not exactly an offensive juggernaut. You got Donald Audette, Dale Hawerchuk, but after that, there ain't a whole lot of scoring on this team. Looking for a late friend. Did I turn offsides off? Maybe. Here they come again. Whoop. Nice job there holding on to the puck. Put it in front. Oh, what a save by Guy Bear. He flashed the leather there. Buffalo comes up with it again. Give it away. 41 of the Ducks in front. Nice back check there. And here come the Sabres. In deep. Go around the net. Looks for a buddy. Ooh. Period over will end 2-2 as we head to the third. See Vancouver, they stomped all over Tampa Bay. 5-0. That's a rough one. All right, the third and deciding frame. Sabres. Oh, look out! Anaheim breaking in! They score! Terry Yake on the backhand makes it 3-2. His second of the night puts the Ducks in front again. Oh, and you can see the coach. It is a stream of profanity coming from his mouth on that Sabres bench, and you can't blame him. You cannot blame him. The Sabres got to get it back. There it is! Kemalev from Bodger and Hasek's second assist of the night. He is the third member of that top line featuring Mogilny and LaFontaine, and I'm rolling those boys right back out there. It's a 3-3 tilt with 9:26 to play in the third. The Sabres are in a fight with the lowly Ducks. maybe playing not quite ready for primetime Hasek wasn't the move in this one, but like I said, I wanted to keep it competitive. Mogilny gets checked. Nice job there by the Anaheim defender. Interesting factoid, if I'm not mistaken. I believe I've read this at one time. For you kids out there, before Russia. Russia has a very complicated history. But at one time, it was known as the Soviet Union, the USSR, and the famed Red Army team. And coming up in the 1980s, there was a vaunted line, if you can believe it, that featured not just Alexander... I should have shot that right in the net. Not just Mogilny, not just Pavel Bure, but also Sergei Fedorov. Can you imagine that line? Fedorov, Bure, Mogilny staring you down? My God. Well, 6:55 to go now. Give me a minute, bub. That's just my little one demanding to play hide and seek. Ooh, giveaway there. Mogilny flips it ahead. No, LaFontaine to Mogilny. Save. 6 minutes to go now. 3-3 game. Anyone's game here. Hasek, Mogilny, Kemalev to LaFontaine, save Dieber. Big hit there. Mogilny trying to keep it in. Coach really running the big shooters out there now. He's saying, go earn your checks, boys. I'm displeased. This shouldn't even be a game. Mogilny found Kemalev. No, LaFontaine. Excuse me for that one. 4-3. Sabres take the lead, and those boys make that one look easy peasy. Let's run out that checking line. Rob Ray, Brad May, they're out there for one reason, and that's to hurt people. It ain't to score goals. Look out! Trapped in his own zone, though. This line may have been a mistake. Now they have it. To the net. Curls up behind. Says, you guys want to see a 94 special? Nope. Pops off his stick. 4.5 to go. Guy Bear says, come on, fellas. He said, we're in this one. Let's go. Let's do something here. Big slapper! Oh, over the net. This may be the last we see of this check. Oh, base hit there! Turnover on the puck. Sabres go the other way with it. They gain the zone. Rough and tumble out there now. It's another save by Guy Bear. Guy Bear's been pretty darn solid here tonight. Long slapper save. We need a line change here. Let's get that second unit. Oh God, a terrible line change. Terrible line change. No. Oh, I didn't get bit by it. Look out here. Little speed coming in. He scores. Donald Audette with his second of the night. Dominic Hasek with his third assist from the goaltender's crease. Checking line's got the juice. Put him back out there. Make it 5-3 Buffalo. The coach giving a bit of a begrudging nod to his players now, saying, okay, you pulled your heads out your dark holes. 5-3, just over 2 minutes to play in this one. Looks like the Sabres are going to come away with the victory, but they got to finish her out. No one can take this man off the puck. Save! The checking line's a little hard. There's some big bodies out there. They're hard to handle. Better than advertised. Big hit there! Here they come! Save! Guy Bear! You know, he let up 5 goals today, but it could have been 10. The quality chances, no penalty there. The quality chances that Buffalo put up, this one really could have been a blowout. 53 seconds to play. I believe they'll probably pull the goaltender here. And you know what? We're gonna give Audette the shot at that hat trick. He deserves it. He deserves it. Can the Ducks get one? Maybe get back in this one? Look out here! Just offside. What is it, Audette number 10? I can't remember which number he is. I guess we're just going to have to hope that it's him. Is he the center on this line? No. Is it Howard Chuck the center? I don't know, guys. I forget. I could check, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to make you guys wait for that. We'll just hope he gets it. So 5-3. Dying seconds of this one. Can the Ducks? No, look out there. Look out. Oh, it's back in the net. Guy Bear had to come back in, and that'll do it. Final seconds tick off. These hometown fans going to be happy to see the Sabres win this one 5-3. A more entertaining game than was anticipated. Audette, Yake, and King are your stars. Guy Bear's not one of the stars. Get out of here.